Hello YouTube, Captain Nabs here with you once again, and we're back for episode 2 of Satisfactory. So in this episode, we're going to basically try to start setting up a bit more of an organized factory. We've got a bunch of machines built down here that I have built over the course of the last episode. What we're going to try and do now is to try and improve the factory a little bit, make it a little bit more logically laid out, and try and get a few more upgrades while we're at it. Before I started this video, I went and ran around a little bit and just picked up a whole bunch of leaves from all around to help build some more biomass so that we don't run out of power anytime soon. And while I was running around, I also noticed this guy sitting right up here, right near my base. I kind of noticed him before. He's got kind of emitting a weird green glow here, but I could pick him up. Kind of looks like he might be toxic. Probably good thing I have gloves on. So anyways, we'll pick him up. He will probably come in handy a little bit later, but right now we're just going to return to our base. A few more leaves. Try not to die too much. And continue building stuff. So, we now have a few more things at our disposal. One thing we can do, like I said, is drop in a whole bunch of these leaves here and keep producing more biomass and keep our power plant functioning properly, not running out of fuel while we're going here. And we can also analyze what we're going to have to do next. So the next are two very useful items that come. We get a couple of improved inventory slots, but probably two very important items in the next hub upgrade. So I'm in a bit of a hurry to get it done. The miner and the storage container. The storage container is great. You can just hook it up to a conveyor belt, stores tons and tons and tons of products and resources, or you can just manually put stuff in there if you want. But the in and out with the conveyor belt is what really makes it useful. The other thing is the Mark 1 miner. This is a fully automated mine that outputs all the material from the mine into a conveyor belt that can then go directly to our machines. So a very, very useful tool that we're going to have to try to make the most of here. So I'm going to drop some things in here that I've already made, and we're going to continue making more things. So there's more concrete here. This is enough for my next step right here. That's all the concrete I need. Wire I'm probably starting to run out of. And the other question I have is power capacity. Power is not doing too badly right now, but I don't think these machines are operating at full capacity. I think while they ran around, everything ran out of power. So, or ran out of capacity, I should say. Let's see, how many rods did we make? We made 76 rods, which is how many we need. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this, and hopefully I can bring this around, but it does not work. So what we can do is probably the easiest way to handle this is just to switch this recipe up for iron plates now. We do have quite a few iron plates in here as well, so we're already halfway there, but yeah. So let's see here. Iron rods, we had more than enough. Iron plates, we're on our... Oh, we got enough iron plates. We just need the cable. One thing I would like to do here, I built a smelter over here to refine some iron. I'd like to drop more iron in there and steal this away and use one of these machines for now just to produce some wire. Recipe wire. In the meantime, I'm going to make the cable by hand that I need to make for the last ingredient here, cable. And it's just this easy. And that's enough. So we already had almost all the resources from what we were doing before, which is great. Makes it easy. And hub upgrade 4 is complete. And now life is going to get interesting because we have automated mining available to us. That is going to make life very interesting to us.
You have unlocked hub feature, additional biomass generator. New buildings, which can be found in the build menu. 9th objective, hub upgrade.
Alright, so
analysis. Note. To ensure full mastery of skills and equipment, I have been asked to not
We do,
interfere
let's
with this
just
last
do this.
objective.
Let's start up
Good
over
luck.
here with the last hub upgrade here that we need, and just see what we've got here. Yes, so we've got a few of the things we need, but we need more things. We need more concrete, we need more iron, we need more of everything. So, one thing we did get with this upgrade that I almost missed me right here, that I almost passed right by, is an additional power generator. So we get 2 power generators as part of our hub. That one's functioning, this one is new, it's not online yet. Let's see what we can do to get it online, shall we? Once again, I have run out of connections with my power pole. So, let's do this. I'm going to get rid of you. Link you there, you there. You can come to this pole. Now this is in the grid as well, however there's no fuel in it yet. But there should be. There we go. And we have too many machines on the go here that are putting a strain on my power grid, but now I've just doubled the size of my power grid. And that should be able to keep me going here, which will help me support some of the next things I've got to do. So I've got to open my portable miner, pick it up, and got some iron ore there. But what we're going to do is we're going to build a new fully automated miner. Can't afford it yet. I need a few rods. So let's just put these in there. And it'll produce the rods I need. There's lots of plates being produced as well. One more rod is all I need. There we go. And I can build first Mark 1 miner. Nope, that's not even enough rods there, so we need to build more rods. That's okay. We can just do this. Get rid of the last of my iron ore here. There. 5 rods is enough. You just keep building that while I put this on here. Alright, so things are not lining up very well. I'm going to have to move things around a bit now to make the most of my production chain here. So iron ore is going to come out of this mine. It's going to have to go into a smelter. So I'm going to just get rid of this smelter here, and I'm just going to rebuild it. And you know, why rebuild it poorly when I can rebuild it well? I think becomes the question as well. So not only do I want to start building things properly, but I want to start producing materials and start shipping them close to where they need to be. So the hub is kind of the nexus of the whole map. So what I want to do is I want to sort of start putting storage containers close to the hub. Alright, so I'm going to start just tearing this apart. And I'm going to start building it better, smarter, more organized. So along here is going to be where I have my storage containers that are going to be the outputs of my various machines. I'm just going to get rid of all of you at this point. Alright, and I'm just going to connect you, anywho. Alright. I'm going to just basically remove everything at this point because I just want to start from scratch with some foundations. And I want to figure out the best way to lay it out where I'm going to be able to be efficient and effective. Oops. Can't afford anymore. This is my one thing that I don't... My one problem is I don't have enough concrete. Alright, so we're going to do a couple useful things here. I'm going to want a lot of concrete because I'm going to want to build a nice, large platform area here where I can put all my machines on carefully. In order to do that, I'm going to need lots of concrete. So, let's do this the easy way. Let's make sure I have everything I need to build a miner. Alright, so Mark 1 miner, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually have it face right over here. And then, I think what we'll do is we'll just manufacture the concrete right here, because I've got a bit of space here to have a little outpost. I can't even afford it yet. I can't even afford to... Ah, man. Can't even afford to build anything. What I could do... For now, we're just going to start this thing going. And... Alright, can I fit a constructor on this? Yes, I can. That's all I need. Let's see here, then I can link that with a conveyor belt. I can link my constructor to there as well. And then I just need to tell it what to manufacture. Concrete, an endless array of concrete, and boom. Now, the one thing that I'm going to need more than anything else for the time being, which is concrete, I am now making in a very quick way. Let's just make this in an organized, nice looking fashion here. And then from there, it can go across there. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to have an endless collection of concrete here. As long as there's power going up there, there's going to be concrete coming down the hill. And I just need a nice place to put it. So initially I'm just going to put it here. And this is really not a final design, this is just a temporary solution. But all this concrete, just to make it easy for me to collect the concrete, I'm going to make it go all from there in here. It's going to slowly make its way down the hill, but then in big batches it's going to come out here, and I can start building my factory that I want to build here. So, nice, organized, orderly factory. I guess I can feed my machines to make sure they are still generating enough power. It's not even doing anything, but they're now full of fuel for now. Not much concrete, but it's a start. And I'm going to go up here and just try and figure out how I want this whole thing to kind of look here. So, alright, so killed a little bit of time there. I ran around again, found some more biomass while I was gone, and more importantly, I waited for some of this concrete to build up, and I managed to build a nice, large open platform here that's going to be the basis of our factory here. So, now we're going to actually start laying out a little bit of what this factory is going to look like. And the end point of the factory is going to be a bunch of storage containers where various things that we have made will be stored. Right now I'm a little bit shy on some ingredients, so let's just see if I have some. I don't even have any iron ingots, but I can make some. To make some plates, to make some constructors. So we're just going to make some of these. Bunch of iron plates, make a bunch of iron rods. Alright, and we should hopefully have enough to make a storage container or two. Leave a little bit of room around the edges for me to walk up around the storage unit to collect some stuff. So the first one I think is just going to be just for biomass because it's the closest one to my generators. So I'm just going to need one constructor for that. You get these nice green lines that help you line things up nicely. And also need a power supply. I'm going to need some kind of power supply. So I'm going to bring that over there. That can be a power supply. What? And I'm not even sure I like where that is. Stop that for a second. Now that I see where this platform is starting to come together, I feel like I should almost have it go further back and loop around. So that may be a little while before I am ready for that, but let's go ahead and drop in some biomass in here. And And I'm going to go ahead and drop a power pole right about here, which is going to be halfway between one machine and the next machine. And this one will now start making biofuel and start just putting it in that container and storing it. And it'll make as much as I can, and then store it all in there. What else have we got to make now? Next constructor is going to make some iron products. And now some of these things I'm going to have multiple constructors. So I'm going to say, let's build one right here. And let's build another one lined up with it right about... I want enough room to run some conveyor belts and other things between it. So right about there. And yeah, and then we need some smelters beyond that. Okay. So we might need a little bit more concrete. So let's go back and get some concrete. Ooh, getting lots of concrete in there. Good, good. Lots of concrete. So, we're going to come over here and we're going to build some smelters further down the line over here. We'll just keep making the platform bigger in this direction. What I could probably do is actually have the smelters... Ooh, you know what I could do is have a storage unit that leads in there. That's even better. Okay, so we'll have the smelters be up here. So... Production smelter. Line it up. There's the green line. There we go. Now you, again, I don't like you there. I just want to change your orientation. The only way to do it is to take it apart and rebuild it. Keep it nice and square. And you can feed over there. Alright, and while that's feeding, I can't afford that because I don't have enough iron plates. But we're going to do this slowly but surely here. You are going to need iron ore, which I've got some there. Basically, my power network is going to become more or less a grid. I need more iron rods as well. Okay, I'm going to make do with what I've got right now. I'm not happy with it in the long run. But I'll make do with it for now, and I'll build more stuff once I've started to gain a little bit more materials again here. So initially I'm just going to say this is building iron plates here, because the key is I need iron plates. Conveyor belts are made with iron plates. I need lots of iron plates in the beginning here. So you can go there, start building me iron plates, and I can start linking these machines together. 4 iron plates to do this here, so that'll be enough to link these two machines together at least. And there's a start. And then I just need to use some of this surplus of iron ore, iron ingots here. It's going to make plates, and I'm going to use them to bring this around. Maybe I'll get some more concrete while I'm at it and make the platform even just a little bit bigger while I'm waiting. And every time I walk away, it just fills up with more and more concrete. It just keeps going. Perfect, which is exactly what you want to have happen. So things are happening while you're away. While you're off doing other things, doing more research, doing exploring, finding things happening. I'm just going to put some foundations here so we can build some nice, neat conveyor belts. Alright, and still need more iron rods as well. Alright, we're getting there. Just need to get enough iron plates and rods to build that conveyor belt. we'll be all set. So the idea eventually was that was going to build screws. We're going to need screws, and screws come from iron rods, so as part of a one long production chain. Alright, so that's lined up there. We're going to put it right there. And I don't want to go through the tree, I don't like that. And I don't have enough plates anyways, so back to making more plates. But at least we've got stuff coming out. Our mine is producing materials. Concrete is constantly entering my life here. It's slowly coming together. Alright, so I think we're going to need about one conveyor pole right about in line with that machine. Like that. And it'll come out of there. It'll go to there. And I need just one more section of iron plates. Another half a dozen iron plates, and that's probably enough right there. And the contents of that mine are going to go directly into my production system. Boom. Wonderful. Things are getting a little bit faster, a little bit bigger, a little bit better. Next on my list, I think something I was going to do here really quickly, which is just build, if I have the ability, missing iron plates, 10 iron plates, and 10. Just build a storage container right here. What about, I'm still missing rods too. Oh, jeez. As you can see in the beginning of the game, you constantly need materials, especially iron. But now we're going to start getting lots of it. This machine's going to start filling up with iron faster than it can process it. It comes in the front, gets processed as quickly as it can, out the back and into the next machine. Alright. So what I can do is then I can have a storage container that leads directly to my biomass manufacturer. I need to build a couple more constructors that just constantly do their job here. Maybe I will. I'll take the extra iron here and just move it into this constructor for now. You can make iron rods while you continue making iron plates. Then I can drop any and all leaves I've got in here, and slowly they will come out of that machine into my biomass manufacturer. There we go, yeah, like that. Start producing biomass fuel. And it'll come out here into my storage container. And I can keep my power plants both running at full capacity. That's key. There we go. Alright, other things we need to do now. We're going to need to automate a few more production lines here, so we're going to need another constructor. So I'll have one making plates and one making... I need reinforced iron plates. Before I do that, I'm going to need lots of plates to make reinforced iron plates. Oh, no power. Not going to be able to make anything without power. Hopefully I have enough materials here. I have to make some screws. Only enough to make one reinforced iron plate. We definitely need more iron rods. Here comes my biofuel. Leaf matter goes in, biofuel comes out. And into storage it goes. And now we just have to continue going around this circle here. And eventually we'll just start making more and more machines and automating more and more of our processes. Alright, now this one is going to make... The other thing I need is storage units. Missing lots of iron rods. So what I should probably do is tap another iron ore mine to feed a second production line here. And I should have made sure I had the materials to build a miner here. I need rods and I need portable miners. Takes a little while, but the production chain is really starting to open up now. Alright, so what did I need? I needed a portable miner. In order to make a portable miner, I'm going to need more cables. The only thing I'm missing right now, which is not bad. Definitely got enough wire to make a few cables. I can now make myself a portable miner. And then I should be able to make a Mark 1 mine. I just need a few more iron rods. Hopefully I've got a few left in storage now here. 21, perfect. So I can start a second iron production line up right here. The only trouble with all of this, for those of you that are paying attention, is that this is going to really start to have an impact on my energy use very soon. I'm going to have a hard time soon bringing in enough energy to be able to run all of this. Alright, so first things first, I'm just going to build a little conveyor post. Come across there. Nope, not enough plates, but this thing's been making plates for a while now. Should have a whole lot in stock. There we go, 43 plates, no problem. In here, inlet, and in from there into here. And then of course the other thing we're going to need is power. Lots and lots of power. And more power poles here. I'm going to take this one offline and I'm going to connect it to this. And I'm going to connect it to its own power line over here. Just going to go through that tree there. There we go. So this is going to have to make iron ingots. This is going to become what makes plates. I'm going to change this one. You're going to start making iron rods. And then the rods that come out, you're going to start making screws over here. And there we go. Got another production chain. Here comes the iron coming in for the second smelter here. And the only thing I'm missing now is a place to store it all. So we're going to come down here and hopefully we'll have enough materials to build a few storage containers. And we're starting to have a much more efficient, and as soon as I get an aerial view, you'll also see efficient, but also a much... Oh, did I just overtax my entire power grid here? Show me. Yep, I just exceeded the maximum capacity of my power grid. I'll take one machine offline to start. That should be enough to at least reset the power grid and keep it operating at maximum capacity. In a minute, it's probably going to fail when this machine goes online as well. Oh, maybe not. Okay, we do have enough machines. Alright, I'm going to remove this, and I'm just going to let the collection of iron build up here. Line it up nicely on the grid. There we go. So now we're going to just... Still need more iron rods, that's okay. Lots being made. Build another pole right about here. That should hopefully be nice to get past that machine. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's build a different storage unit right here. One, two, 3, 4, 5. You can even grab stuff right off the conveyor belt. That's one of the neat things I love about this game. It's like, you can actually just grab stuff right there. So that'll be for storing screws that come right out of that machine. Every once in a while I'll switch it up. This will be for storing the iron rods. We need another storage unit just for storing iron plates. Need 10 iron rods just to build that machine. Still lots of leaves in there. Now, even though I turned this machine off, it is still doing a lot of good because it basically, every machine has an input and an output buffer. They can usually generally hold about 100 units in and out. And so if the machine can't produce fast enough and more input's coming, it just simply fills the buffer, and then the buffer is filled to max. The conveyor belt just simply stops moving things in. That one's also got an output that's full. So all of this iron ore, even though that machine is not running, there's all this iron ore waiting to go into this machine here, which is great. So it just keeps on going, keeps on producing things, even while I'm not, even while I'm away doing other things. All right, one more storage container. This will be where my iron plates get stored. Ironically, I do not have enough iron plates, but I do right there. There we go. The nice thing about building all these storage containers is that when these machines get full, they won't stop running. So they'll just keep collecting lots and lots of resources for me here. And there we go. We now have a much more efficient, organized factory. But I'm not done yet. I've got at least one more production chain I'd like to put together, and that is the copper production chain. So I have two choices. I can either... I would like the storage units to be kind of close to each other. Speaking of which, I would also kind of like the concrete storage unit to come here next to its brothers. Can I squeeze it in there? Is that not quite wide enough? Oh, not quite wide enough. I can move this over one unit. Need a few more rods. One of these things has rods in it. Here we are. And voila, we've got a much bigger... doesn't want to quite fit into this space here without somehow getting elevated. Why is that? Is it because of this? Maybe it's because of that. Yeah, I think it was because of that. Careful with the in and the outside. Make sure that you're aligning them with where you want them to be. Now I kind of like to have this be a little bit tall, just because I'd like to be able to squeeze underneath it. I think I should be able to, yes. Now, will it make it this far? No, it's just a little bit too short, so we'll just have to build one conveyor pole right there. It should be able to link that to there, link that to there, and then my concrete's all going to come right in there. And I'll just take this one apart. And there we have it. Now we've got a nice array of storage units, collecting all the materials I'm building. Like I said, I want to make it a little bit bigger now, just to make my factory, my finished product, just a little bit better. So, I'd like one more production line here that produces copper and wire and cable. So for that I'm going to need 2 more storage units, one to store wire, one to store cable. Let's line these things up nicely here. There we go. Just squeeze those on there. Gonna need 2 constructors in here again as well. One of these is gonna bypass. So let's see here. If I build a constructor right there, I don't have all the materials I need for it yet, but I'm getting there. Good time I started building more screws again. I built too many. I built a few here. It's probably not enough to build all the reinforced iron plates I need to build 2 more constructors. But let's see what we got here. Wasn't quite enough. It's pretty close though. There we go. Now I got what I need to build 6 reinforced iron plates, which will help me build my 2 more constructors for my next production chain. Again, we'll go up the ladder because it just, sometimes it's nicer, easier to kind of line stuff up, especially far away, from a slightly elevated point of view. Still missing cable. Ironically, that's what we're building a constructor to make. Alright, so we need to make a little bit more cable. Alright, now do we have enough material to build 2 more constructors here? Lined up with that one. This one should stay lined up with that one and be lined up with this one as well. And we should, I think, be able to just need more iron rods. Just build that right about there. That goes in there. That one goes in there. I don't think I can quite jump on. Ooh, I could jump onto that. Wow, I didn't think I was able to jump onto that. Awesome. So this is going to make cable. Oops, didn't quite make it on that one. That's okay. This is going to make wire. Do I have copper ingots? I do. The only thing I'm missing now, of course, is, again, power. Well, I'm not quite at full capacity here, but I'm close. Once I had a few more machines on here, it is going to definitely exceed the power capacity of my grid here. There. This will definitely bring it right close to max again. And we're going to need another smelter here as well. Do I have the material to build a smelter? I do. So I'm going to build that right there. I'm going to disassemble the other smelter I had. Oh, and I need to build another mine over there on my copper mine. Do I have the materials for a... I have everything I need except for the portable miner, which is already on that unit. So we're just going to come right over here, pick it up, and make ourselves a mine and just have it all go right over there. I can't even grab all because my inventory is so full. Okay, so I went back to home base. I quickly cleared out my inventory to make some room for stuff. So I can now pick up this miner, pick it up, and everything that was in it goes into my inventory, and then I can build a Mark 1 miner. And this is going to have to... Gonna need a lot more iron plates again. Alright, so now I'm back on my storage unit here, and I'll look at the number of iron plates that are available to me now because this thing's just been churning out iron constantly. It just hasn't stopped. And that's just working out really great right now. One thing I might want to do is just change the output of that to this, because I want the wire coming out now. I've built enough cable, I just want nothing but wire. And I'm just going to drop some of that copper right in there, some of that copper right there. Need a power supply again. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's okay. You can go on standby for now because, again, same as with the other machine, there's probably enough for now. We're going to start producing some copper. So power, as you can tell, is a little bit of a challenge in the beginning, making sure that you have enough of it all the time. Alright, did I take all the iron plates? I could. I took a lot now. In the beginning, it's just a challenge. There's no two ways about it. You would always want to have a lot, and you never seem to have enough. Right now I'm limited. These are the only 2 power plants I get, but I will soon get more power plants. So I need a tap for that circuit. Tap right off there. Basically my grid is almost becoming a square. Missing cable. Okay, need more cable. Lots of wire coming in now, but I got lots of cable over here, which is good to build lots of power lines. There we go. Alright, before I build the power line, let's build a conveyor belt. The conveyor belt's going to be a little bit more picky. Now we have to go around the corner. I might just go up on top of the rock a little bit, just because then I can build sort of like a bridge, for lack of a little bridge for my conveyor belt, which just makes it easier for me to walk under it, rather than always hopping over it. Sometimes the hopping starts to bug me after a while, so I like to build conveyor belts, especially the longer conveyor belts, up in the air, so I'm not hopping over them. That. Nice. And from there, go down like this, and then we have to get over here somehow, so this is lined up right along this axis, so The only thing that costs you to have these things up in the air is just a taller post. Otherwise, it doesn't really cost me anything to actually have it go up in the air. There we go, conveyor belt. There we go, that was a little neater. Nice and square, love it, perfect. And I just need to bring in some power for my copper mine, which will probably, again, max out my power grid. Probably can't make it all the way there, can it? Wire's too long. Nope, wire's too long. Alright, now copper's going to come out of there. And we're doing good. Now one thing I also had in here was I had a little bit of wood. I can make biomass and biofuel out of wood. I think, yes. There we go. All I gotta do is drop those in there, drop the extra 2 in here, which are just gonna pop out right now. And I can make even more fuel. I got quite a good little stash of fuel going on here, ready to keep my production lines flowing. And there you have it. Now we're making lots of wire. Smelting lots of copper, making lots of wire, and we can start concentrating on hub upgrade number 5. The last hub upgrade, which is going to do something really super neat, and I'm going to show it to you guys just a little bit here. So let's see what we got here. We need 30 concretes. Definitely got that, no doubt. 30 concrete done. 120 wire. I probably have close to 120 wire. Let's see what else I got here. Alright, so this is screws I don't need, but rods I need. Not quite enough rods yet, but getting close. Iron plates, again, not quite enough, but getting close. And wire, not quite enough, but getting close. Not that. This wire's pretty close. Iron rods, iron plates. We are getting very close to the end here. And I love the fact that everything is climbable in this game too. That's something else I really love. Everything is climbable. So you can get a nice overview of your machines, you can get up above stuff, and you can see what your factory is doing nicely. Now we just have to play the waiting game. Just a little bit more production, everything's coming. My copper is slowly snaking its way around there, and it's going to get to the smelter there, and probably chances are going to overload my power network when it gets there, but I'll be able to expand my power network a little bit more once I finish this next hub upgrade, because I'll get to build more standalone power plants. So we will be able to get more power. However, again, power is a double-edged sword. With more power comes a greater demand for fuel, and you're constantly looking for that fuel. So unfortunately, the only trouble with shutting off machines is you can't do it remotely. The only way to shut off that machine remotely, if I decide I don't want any power going over there, is to remove that power line. A little bit awkward. One thing that would be great in this game would be if we had a computer over here at our hub where we could control our machines remotely and control which ones are on and off, be able to flick them on and off at will so we can better regulate our production and certainly our power consumption early in the game. As you get later in the game, even later in the game, you just start to build factories that are so immense that you end up needing untold amounts of power. And just when you think you've got enough, like, how much is my network here that is now overloaded? That network is 40 megawatts. I had a game going where I had a factory that was using well over a gigawatt of power. There we go. That was one was just enough removed. And still, I constantly kept losing power. I kept on adding more machines and running out of power. It's a never-ending battle in this game to supply enough power, even when you have good power sources. Just simply the volume of machines you can build and how much power they use up. You're constantly overtaxing your efforts anyways. Alright, so my rod production had run out because that miner was shut down, but we've got it turned back on now. If I wanted to, I could shut down the concrete production for a period of time, just by removing that wire. Easier than running all the way up there. And here's the beauty of this game. Like, I will never need to go up there again now, unless I want to upgrade the production unit somehow. But at this point, that unit is completely self-contained. As long as I supply it power through this power line, concrete will come down that conveyor belt, and I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to go back over there. You can have remote outposts like that. They can be a lot further away than that. You can have a remote outpost as far away as you can get a power line or a power supply. You don't even have to supply it from your base. You can build a power station just specifically for that outpost. And I have done that in the past. Alright, looks like this line ran out of iron as well, because I shut this mine off, didn't I? That will probably kill the power network at some point here. No, didn't kill it? Huh. I'm surprised. I thought that was going to kill the power network. There we go. You knew something was going to kill it. Alright, I've got a pretty big backup of copper there. I'm going to go ahead and just turn that off for the time being. Yeah, that's enough wire. Plate production should start up again momentarily. I don't think I have enough rods yet or plates yet, but I've got enough copper, enough wire. Close. Running right at the max capacity of my power plant, and I've just got to tweak it just enough to have enough power supplies to do what I need to do. Gotta make sure also that my biomass does not run out here. Fortunately, I've got this nice big reserve right here. Because if either of these power supplies goes offline, the whole network will fail because there will not be enough power supplied by the remaining machines. So both of them need to be kept going at all times. But we are now getting close. Here comes my automated production of wires, plates, iron rods. Everything's just coming into my storage units. Just have to collect it. Alright, so I just did a little walk around there again and grabbed a whole bunch more biomass while I was waiting for these things to produce, and I just grabbed them and put them all in my inventory. I've got more than enough plates and rods for the next upgrade, so I'm going to show you what this looks like, and then that's going to be the end of this video. But at least we've got a little bit of an organizational system going on here. We've got a nice looking factory going on. Got everything we need for this level of hub upgrade, and I want to show you something really neat that's about to happen in conjunction with this hub upgrade here.
Congratulations. You have unlocked Hub Feature Molecular Analysis Machine, also known
ladder.
as the MAM. Building, Biomass Burner. Building, Space
And
Elevator.
this is what I want to show you, which is
Equipment,
something
Object
really
Scanner,
neat,
Equipment Beacon.
which just came down, and now that we've finished
Motivational
our
message.
hub.
Congratulations. You
And it is
succeeded in
a
what you
little,
provided task. On behalf of Fixit Incorporated,
it's a
I thank
transport
you
drone,
for your
essentially,
current
cargo
and
transport
future
drone,
service.
and basically anything that we bring to the hub now, we'll be able to
Additional
transport back
knowledge.
to
The hub terminal has been
the
converted to
mother
give access to
company
milestones
up in
there to
orbit, I
ensure
guess,
you progress along
using this
Fixit
transport
approved
drone. So we'll
protocols.
fill it up with various materials we'll need and send it back up to our mother company up front,
Additionally, the MAM
up top.
provides
So
the opportunity to send
with that is it.
samples of
Our hub is
xenobiology
complete.
and
We've
other
we've
materials I
finished
deem relevant
the
to
central part of our
R&D in
base,
exchange for
and
appropriate
we can now
rewards.
also do something else really neat here, which is use the molecular analysis
Note,
machine,
future
or the MAM,
developments should be aimed at
to
constructing
analyze
the space elevator and
different
thus initiating project assembly.
different things
Good
we've
luck.
collected. So for example, we could analyze the green power slug. I have to go get it. I put it in my personal storage container when I was busy freeing up space earlier. Drop that power slug in. Nope, that's not it. There we go, power slug. Drop that in there, hit the analyze button, and the timer starts. In about 5 minutes, it's going to be done analyzing our slug. And that's about it. So again, I'm going to come up here for a nice little overview, try to look through the smoke a little bit, but here is our factory hard at work. Still gaining concrete from up the hill, slowly making iron plates, iron rods, copper, wire, and ready to start making some other things as well. So one thing that we now have access to with this latest level is the biomass burner. So basically, these little biomass energy power supplies that we've got on our hub right here, we can build extra ones so that we can hopefully not have as constrained a power supply anymore. So we can start running more and more of our machines simultaneously and stop just turning them all off. So, anyways, that is what we're going to do on our next episode. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video there, but thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. I think this game is great. I really think it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of painstaking work sometimes to get these factories up and running the way you like them, but once you do, it's a lot of fun to be able to walk through your factory itself. You can get up on any number of the machines to have a good overview if you like, or you can just walk in and around the factory itself and try and find the most efficient way to manage your production. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. And I hope you'll tune in for the next episode where we continue to expand our factory and eventually work towards building our space elevator. It's going to take a lot of resources and a lot of time because it takes up a lot of space. It's absolutely huge, and I have to find a huge place to put it too. I need to find a large flat space. I don't have enough space here, so might have to build a platform somewhere just to build it. Anyways, that's a battle for another day. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.